What's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang, coming to you live right here at Coach's Corner, the center of the universe, Thunderbolt, Georgia. Another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing, grubbin' is tasting. Man, I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday night. Been a couple weeks since we've been on live here from Coaches, but we're back now, man. Got some good NASCAR news to run down. Looking forward to getting into Martinsville and these playoffs and this run for this championship. Going to be an awesome time, man. So getting into it, if you know how we like to start it out, we like to play the word of the day. So the way we play this game is every time I say a word, I have no idea what it's going to be. Lawrence is going to throw it up, take a sip of your favorite adult beverage. I always like to say it's age appropriate as well. If you're under 21, hey man, get some sweet tea, some Kool-Aid, some sugar water, whatever it may be, man. A little hummingbird feeding water, whatever, man. Get right on a Wednesday, man. Get live. So last week, a couple weeks ago, was Larson. So I'm sure we probably said that a few times. And this week's word's going to be, I have no idea, but every time I say it, make sure you take a sip of your favorite adult beverage, y'all. So getting into that NASCAR news, man. Hey, 2 spots are locked in for that Final Four. And I tell you what, it's going to be a wild one, man. We got Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell locked in. We're still waiting on 2. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but I think one of the guys pretty much a point in, and then we're waiting to see who can win here at Martinsville, man. Somebody could play spoiler, so going to be awesome to watch. But Christopher Bell locked himself in, getting those checkers there at Homestead this past weekend. Really good run there for that 20 car. Found that speed late. Good job, Christopher, man. I like to see him win. Not the biggest fan, JGR equipment, but I like Christopher Bell. Good driver, man. So a little bit more NASCAR news. It was announced, man, Chandler Smith will not rejoin Colleague next year in the Xfinity Series, which I thought was kind of weird. Really taking a step up. I mean, maybe it was on his own accord going up to JGR, which I think is going to be an awesome step up for him. We know Sammy Smith's going and Josh Berry's coming over to that Cup Series. So at the end of the day, I think it's the right move for him at this point in his career. Going over to what I feel like is probably a little more competitive equipment for sure in the Xfinity Series, and he gets a chance to go out there and hopefully compete for some more checkered flags. I think the kid's got some really young talent. There again, we all know now it's only getting pumped in younger and younger, and the competition's only getting younger and younger, but I tell you what, I think Chandler Smith got a really good head on his shoulders. And I think he knows how to manage a race pretty well for him, and I think finding some success over at JGR will definitely help that resume for sure. So going to talk about that playoff picture a little bit. I just mentioned it, man. We got those 2 guys locked in, ready to roll. You know, got the wins here in this last, final round of 8, getting down to that 4. William Byron finds himself right there. I think he's 31 to the good, 30 to the good, somewhere right around in there. So barring anything really bad happening to William Byron on Sunday, I pretty much chalked that 24 car as to being locked in. We're fighting for that 1 spot, and when you look at it in a way, I got to go with the 11.
Come on, man.
I mean, honestly, I'm being truthful. The Weasel, the man, the myth, the Weasel himself, Denny Hamlin, man, that SOB, son of a bitch. I'll say it one time. I got to get the swear bucket up here. I'll throw that in there. Look. At the end of the day, I really think we're going to Martinsville, home track, native of Virginia. The guy's really good there. As of recent, maybe hasn't been as dominant or as successful as we've seen in years past, but I think they've had this one circled. I think they know what they're getting ready to bring into this race here. So, I think if we ask what my Final Four are, the 2 that are locked in, Larson, Bell, Byron, and you will have that 1 lone JGR car of Denny Hamlin, if I call it today. Hopefully somebody proves me wrong. Hopefully William Byron, no Fords, man. I think Blaney's not going to I don't think Blaney will survive. I mean, I love it. I just think there's too many ups and downs through the season. It's a great story. If he gets hot now and goes on and wins the whole thing, hey, man, hats off to him. But I just look at it like this. Inconsistencies on pit road, trouble during the race. I just see that coming back to haunt him a little bit. Little gremlins in there. But, at the end of the day, it's going to be a good Final Four. I think we're going to have a really good championship run this year. Maybe, hopefully, one of the better ones that we've seen over the past few seasons. Last year was kind of whatever with Logano winning, and I know Lawrence loves the Fords over there, But at the end of the day, I wanted Blaney to go out and win that race. We all know he kind of played second best there, and I feel like he should have won the race, and Logano still would have won the championship. So that would have been cool, but, whatever, however it may be. But moving forward, like I said, I really think 11's in. Everybody else going to be behind. Somebody can prove me wrong. Maybe Larson or Byron or Bell goes out and wins it. And, it comes down to points, which would be interesting. So ready for some serious, deep drama in this run here at Martinsville. So going to be a good time for sure. So that'll wrap it up for the news and everything. We're getting into that checkered flag for charity, man. I tell you what, we got some good stuff going down this weekend up here at Coach's Corner. We're bringing the house out. This is the last little charity event that we'll be running here for checkered flag for charity. Gonna have some other stuff here, also donating into the dog house up there now, formerly known as the TP, to help save one of our own. So we got some really good events coming up here. Friday at Coach's Corner, going to be a really good big deal. So make sure you guys come out and help support. Going to be awesome. A lot of raffles, a lot of giveaways, giving all kinds of stuff away. I'm not even going to run it down right now. We'll save that for later in the show. But it's a lot of good stuff, man. So if you're looking for something fun to do, make sure you come out to Coach's this Friday or Saturday. Catch them dogs. You see it, baby. You already know what we're doing in here, man. Dogs, them dogs hell, boy. Them dogs hell. At the end of the day, like I said, going to be a good time. Checkered flag for charity, man. If you guys have been following the show for a while, you know what we like to do. Whatever car number wins that race goes into the checkered flag for charity. Boom. $20 bill with that Christopher Bell going in, baby. Brings that total up to a little bit over $3,200 on the year. Pretty good move right there. I enjoy it. I think it's great. None of that is possible without the patrons and everybody involved here at Coach's Corner. So big pat on the back and thank you to you guys. But we're wrapping it up this year for me, myself. Got to come out, show some love, show some support, bring a few extra bucks, man. I say it all the time. Doesn't matter what it is. Nickels, pennies, dimes, 10, 20s, 150s, whatever you got to give. Make sure you throw it in, man. It's a good feel good for you as well as, doing good for your community, man. And that's what it's all about, honestly. So make sure you come up, check it out, have a good time, donate in, baby. So getting into that who's hot and who's not. And before we do, got to give a big shout out there to my main man, Mr. Parker Eccles over there at Arbor Man Tree Service. The best tree service in Savannah. I got to get on Venmo and go ahead and send Matt Harrington this hundo as well. So, congrats to that. I look forward to seeing Matt back in the spring. We got to get it together and make another bet. I lost when we were in Atlanta earlier in the year. I said Elliott was going to win 4 or more races. He took the under. He got me, man. I hate my boy let me down like that, but, it happens, man. But at the end of the day, got to get back to Arbor Man Tree Service over there. Hey, I tell you what, best tree service in Savannah, locally owned, locally operated, insured. Man, he's got it all. Parker's got it figured out. The best team when it comes to that tree service needs, man. So it doesn't matter what it is you need at the house, whether you need trees cut back, limbs cut down, full tree removal, make sure you call Parker and his team over there at Arbor Man. Be glad to come out and give you an estimate. Like I said, locally owned, locally operated. You're going to see that number scrolling on the screen all night long during rubbing and grubbing. Make sure you give them a call. As I always say, man, no job too big, too small. Give Parker that call, baby. So, hey, love you, brother. I'm going to call you probably this weekend sometime, talk a little Georgia football, and catch up with you about the spring race for Atlanta, man. Love you, dude. So, getting into that who's hot. And look, I'm going to tell you who's the hottest guy right now, who's the one you better look out for, and that's William the Kid Byron, man, a.k.a. Big Hat Byron. Finding ways to finish good, finding ways to win races. And I'm telling you right now, I've said it all year. We started talking about it. Once Gordon got in that position at Hendrick Motorsports, if anybody was naive to think that this 24 car wasn't going to compete with championships with William Byron behind the wheel, you're tripping, man. This could be the first one. I mean, look at it like this. In the last 3 years, what have we had, Lawrence? We've had Chase Elliott, 2020. Kyle Larson, 21. Joey Logano, 22. Why not go ahead and make 23 the 24, right? I mean, hey, I like it. I don't see it. That's 3 out of the 4 cars you got running right there, ready for it. So, there again, I think he's just good. The Rudy Fugle combination on top of the box with him behind the wheel has paid off dividends compared to years past. And I'm telling you what, man, they're there to win. So 24 on that hot list for sure. Man, got a lot of good storylines coming up. I think he's going to be part of one of them, man, so stay tuned on that number. Hey, second, Kyle Young Money Larson. That's right, baby. HMS running 2 of the hot ones right now. Young Money, I tell you what, man, he's had it going on. I hated it this past weekend at Miami. We're going to talk about that a little bit more because I'm not happy about it. Yeah, I'm not happy about it one bit, man. But at the end of the day, whatever. Still, again, him and Cliff Daniels, I think when it comes down to it, two of the best to do it. They got really good cars. I think it's the only team we can talk about that pretty much every single race this season has unloaded fast equipment. I mean, there's not one that really comes to my mind that sticks out to go, Larson was junk all weekend long. So kudos to that. I think when it comes to making those changes in races, that's the best one in the sport to do it right now. They're definitely going to be there to contend this weekend. They'll be there again to contend at Phoenix. So right now, hey, I got him locked in, man. Young Money, number 2. Number 3. And this is somebody I just kind of said probably won't show up in the championship for, and it's Ryan Blaney. But I got him on the hot list right now. I think a guy that has found a stride here in the last 3 races, and that's pretty much 3 to 4 races what this goes back to. A very dismal season, got the wins there, but very dismal, right? Just kind of not consistent, not running top 10, top 5, top 7 week in and week out like you would expect a Penske Ford to do, top Ford tier team if you ask me. But here as of late, he's got it figured out. They're finding some speed. They're finding how to, stay up front, get up front, and stay up front. And when it comes to a playoff, I mean, that's really all that matters. You can have a dismal season and make it. So maybe he'll prove me wrong. Maybe he'll make that 4. Maybe he'll go out and contend there at Phoenix. We saw what he brought last year, which was a really good race car. Can they kind of keep that ball rolling in that direction and not let everybody else play catch up? We'll have to wait another week to see. But at the end of the day, hey, right now I give my hats off. Kudos to Ryan Blaney, man. So before we get into the who's not, this bad boy been sitting in front of me. I got to take a cold sip of it. So we're going to pause for station identification right here on Coach's Corner Sports Network. Cheers, y'all. Oh, man. Whoa! I like it. So getting into that who's not, and I don't think there's anybody that deserves a who's not more than this guy right here, and that's a Watermelon Ross Chastain, baby. Where'd he go? Where'd he go, man? Talked all this smack about all year long. I'm not changing nothing I do. I'm not changing my driving style. I am who I am, yada, yada, yada. Mr. H picked that phone up. Ain't seen him since. I ain't seen him since, man. Lawrence, you seen him? I don't know where he's at. I know watermelon season got to be over. Maybe down in Florida it's still right, but it's officially over in NASCAR right now. I'll tell you that. Ain't no more hay on melon either at Martinsville. So, look, at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on. Trackhouse as a whole has been cold. I mean, honestly, let's speak it real. They've both been cold. I think maybe outside of after that phone call came through or whatever happened there, maybe 2 runs that he brought speed, and they kind of had a really good competitive car. Maybe they'll find it. Maybe we'll find it this weekend. Maybe they'll find it, at Phoenix. But right now, as for me, Watermelon Man, cold as ice, baby, which I don't know about y'all, but I like my watermelon cold. I don't like a hot watermelon. So Kyle Busch, and I hate to say it, but 3 Chai Kai, I tell you what, he kind of grew on me a little bit. I still don't like him that much, but he kind of grew on me a little bit this year, to be honest with you. I think he's maturing with the kid, having the boy. Didn't see too many outbursts and rants and raves, a little bit here and there, but Denny Hamlin kind of went ahead and stole that title and snuck in there to be the real bad villain. And, man, I'm just going to say it right here. I like Denny Hamlin. I respect Denny Hamlin. He's never been a guy that I didn't dislike up until probably the last year and a half. And I'm really starting to dislike him. Really, one, because he always messing around. But the biggest thing for me is when he does it, it's okay. Or he always feels like his opinion really means something in NASCAR. Like, and I get it. It's coming from a driver I like. Some of the stuff he says is really good. Some of it is really bad. But it ain't my forte. What up, big dog? It's my boy Steven in the house. Go Dogs, baby. Go Dogs. But, man, at the end of the day, getting back to Kyle Busch, look, man, I hate it for him. I think if you ask me, they did higher expectations than what I would have expected watching RCR last year, even though Tyler Reddick won the road course races and this and that. But when else were they really competitive? Texas, right? But other than that, there ain't been a couple years you ain't seen none of that, right? So I think that with what Kyle Busch did this year, they were a step above probably expectations. I think next year it's only going to get better. I think that in the next couple years you're probably going to see some changes made over there at RCR. And I think that Kyle's still got probably 3 to 4 good productive years, maybe a few more years left if he wants to continue that long. I mean, let's be honest. But at the end of the day, I hate it for him right now on the cold list. Would love to see him come out and get one of these wins. Don't think it's going to happen, but hey, we'll see. Retirement seasons are on the cold list, man. This is what I mean by that. My man Kevin Harvick, which we didn't talk about. We still got this helmet to give away, man. We're floating at like 308, 309, Lawrence. I don't know what's up. I'm telling y'all, I need you to spread the love. Let's get to 400.
Last show.
It's nominated right there. Lawrence said it, man. Season recap, baby, for 2023. Hey, it's coming down. Yep, 3 weeks. So the weekend after Phoenix, after that championship race, Lawrence gave the okay, this helmet's going to a subscriber. So if you haven't yet, man, make sure you subscribe. We randomly ask for it to draw a number. Whatever number's drawn, you getting shipped this helmet, baby. So if you haven't yet, tell your mama, tell your grandma, tell everybody. Get on YouTube, subscribe to Rubbin' and Grubbin', baby. But retirement seasons. Let's talk about retirement seasons, man. So Harvick is winless, and I hate it for Harvick, and I'm not going to direct it towards him. I think he could possibly go out and win one of the next two. But let's be honest, man. Cold all season long. Hate it. Retirement year. Done. You know, just not doing the things that we've seen Harvick do over the last 5 to 6 to 7, right? And the new car probably throwing him for a loop, and SHR's been down. Let's be honest, okay? But retirement seasons in whole. Jimmy Johnson, for example. A lot of people consider him the GOAT. I mean, you can say top 3 champion of all time, right? 7 championships with only 2 other guys, right? Cold. Last few years of his career, just cold. Didn't do anything. I don't think he won the last retirement year either. I'm pretty sure he didn't. Maybe he did. Somebody prove me wrong, comment. I'm not sure if he did or not. But I think even if he did, horrible. For a guy that won 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 races every single year. Anyways, at the end of the day, Jeff Gordon, you know, even dismal. I think his last retirement season was really horrible. He might have had a win, but consistency was downhill. We can go on and name them, you know. It's a trend, I feel like, in NASCAR. I feel like, you know, NASCAR is one of those sports that gives you enough to hook back, and I think it's that racer heart that gives you enough to hook back, right? It's like you get that one good run. It's kind of like golf, hitting that one good shot, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm hooked. Racing, same way. It's like, oh, I'm ready to quit. Had a bad year. Then you start thinking about the good parts of it, and then you start remembering the races you won. You go, yeah, one more year, one more year, one more beer, one more year, right? So at the end of the day, I just hate it. Retirement seasons are cold right now. Maybe we'll get somebody in the future when they go to retire, they win like 4 races in a championship, and then just go, you know what, I'm out. I'm done. Calling my shot. I'm walking it off like on top. I'm out. But have yet to seen it, but we'll see if somebody can do it. So here we are getting into that Miami recap, baby. And I tell you what, this is one of my favorite racetracks that we just raced at. Miami, I love it. It's a two race, you know, on the schedule, 2 races again. I think it's an awesome racetrack. I think the progressive banking there is awesome, opening up the lines for all the drivers, and everybody hunts to find speed, and it's not just follow the leader or one line or a half line. It's spread out all over. It's an awesome place, man. And what better place than Miami? It's weather. I mean, it's good year-round. Maybe a stray shower here and there, but come on, dude. I mean, let's be real. But awesome race there. I absolutely loved it. I tell you what, C-Bell taking the checkered flag, I'm humble to him. I really like the kid. The kid's got a lot of talent. And when you hear other NASCAR drivers talk about him, Kyle Larson being one, raced against him numerous years, Tyler Reddick, you hear these guys talk, and they go, this kid has just as much talent as I do, if not more. You know, and just the respect factor for him not doing Larson dirty the week before there and coming back and getting it this week. I mean, that's what it's really made of. You know, I'm not a fan, but I don't dislike him. You know, hey, do I hate to see him win? Nah. Do I love it? No. But I'm in the middle. If it happens, I'm like, all right, well, good for him. That's awesome. You know, good job. So love to see that. And I tell you what, came on strong late there. You know, and it was just really good to see. He ran it down, got the lead, and pulled away, and got the checkers, man. So great run for a young kid for sure. So getting back into that Kyle Larson thing that we were talking about earlier and why I was so upset. So in Coach's Game of Skill, I had him this week. I got to pick first, and I took Kyle Larson, baby. Are you kidding me? After winning Las Vegas, we coming to Miami, the high line, ripping, you know, gripping and ripping, baby, up top. I'm taking Kyle Larson. I didn't account for the sand barrels, man. And honestly, I think they put 2 extra out there. I don't even think they should have had those 2 out there. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't making excuses. I'm going to save for what else I got to say mostly till we get into another later part of the show. That's right. This is a 3-part saga. You guys got to stay tuned to figure out what I'm really going to talk about with Kyle Larson. But at the end of the day, man, I hated it. Best car on the track all year, or all race long. Had the speed, got out there, led, killed it. I got him. I'm going, yeah, baby, here we go. We getting ready to do some big things over here. And I get it. trying to gain some time on pit road. You know, coming onto pit road, I get. But, man, coming in that hot, you got to know the spotter's got to tell you. Somebody's got to come on that radio and go, hey, man, you just gained 5 car lengths on them. Like, hey, ease it up, ease it up, ease it up. And whether he hit him or not, it was a penalty either way. I mean, but at the end of the day, you know, you just ruined a chance. Who knows what might have happened, right? But I hated it. Hated it for him. Cost me some money. Cost them some money.
300?
Yeah, 300 smackers, baby, I watched roll away off the best car. And ain't the first time, so we'll talk about that in a bit. But damn it, man. Both in 11 and 19 almost simultaneously had issues there at Miami, which I loved it for the 11. I don't like seeing Truex do bad. I like them. You know, but at the end of the day, blew a tire or cut a tire, hit the wall, boom. Next thing you know, 19 coming on the radio very shortly after, engine gone, man. So hated it, and that's 2 main players, and that put them below that cut line, dude, for that playoff. And I tell you what, Ryan Blaney is in a really good spot to go out and have a really good run. And as long as one of those 2 cars don't win and Ryan contends and runs good, depending on stage points and different things, he could make his way in, man. But I really think the 11 is the guy to beat. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but last week at Miami was not it. That wasn't it for him, man, and I love to see it. So, and then his crew chief came over and gave him the little one arm over the shoulder, kiss on the cheek hug, which was pretty interesting, too. I wish I would have saved it for a meme because we would have popped it up when Lawrence gets us home and throws it up. Lawrence says it'll be there, so he'll find it. It was there. I saw it. All in all, great race there at Miami, man. I tell you that. Like I said, one of my favorite tracks. Hopefully we see it twice. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if it moved back to the championship race. Again, I have my own feels on that. We talked about it. I'll talk about it again in a couple weeks, but I like it. I love it. I think it puts it back in the driver's hands where if you got a good car, which you should bring to a championship race, and if you don't, then you're out before the race starts. But it brings back into the driver's hands where you can drive the car around and find and compete. So I like that about it. Getting into Martinsville, baby. Hey, the paperclip, man. Last chance, baby. Last chance to come out and get yourself locked in if you're in that 8. This is the last chance, man, to ruin somebody else's day. We'll see if it can happen. We know what happened there last year. But it's going to be some drama this year. I feel like this is going to be one of the better ones we've seen over the past few seasons. Maybe not the race itself because we know what Next Gen's done. Hopefully they've done some things since the last Martinsville race to change it around to get some better racing. We'll see. We'll see what it is. But I can tell you people are going to be overly aggressive when we get down towards the end of this race. Last 50 laps, it's getting ready to be caution-filled and a lot of restarts after restart after restart. Mark my words. So at the end of the day, I look forward to seeing it. Who can get into those playoffs? Tune in Sunday, baby. Let's find out. Getting into this top 5. I guess number 1 for me is like Vegas. I guess they had that circle too for Denny Hamlin. Yeah, 11 for me, number 1. Odds are not great, but at the end of the day, it's a home track. Guys had numerous wins there. What do we got, 6 or 7? 6, I think. I think it was 6. 5 or 6. I don't know how many damn wins they got there. A lot, anyways. When you're bringing Denny Hamlin into it, you got to talk Martinsville, baby, and I'll take him there for sure. So I'll take Denny Hamlin number 1. 2, I think a guy that's got a knack there, a car that's definitely got a knack there, 24 car, William Byron. I think he's a little bit better than Larson at Martinsville. I'll take William 2. I think him and Rudy Fugle will come in there. Really set on a points day, but going to make sure they got a fast car and a good piece to make sure they finish that race, lock themselves in. 3 for me, young money, baby. I mean, you got to count that cheddar while it's still young, you know what I mean? When they die out, they gone, but Kyle Larson, man, that's the guy right there. When you look at him, 3rd on that list, going to bring a good piece again. I don't think Martinsville necessarily is one of his best racetracks, but I think when you talk about a guy that races a car like Kyle Larson, I don't think you have a best racetrack. You just got a better racetrack. So Kyle Larson, 3. 4 for me, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Again, behind the 8 ball. Really good driver there at Martinsville. We've seen it in years past. I think they got to bring a good piece here. They have to go out and hunt the win. I think that's the only thing they're focused on at all, winning the race. So we'll see if they can do it. 5 for me, guy that won last week, Christopher Bell. Good little dirt track racer, good throttle control. Had pretty good runs there at Martinsville. Pretty sure last year, was it here or was it at Miami he won his way in? I think it was Miami, wasn't it? I don't know. Anyways, was it Martinsville? Really good run on him. like I said, Christopher Bell doing his thing. Really hot right now. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, hell, would he finish second, first? Hey, why not go out and get another win right here? I think if it comes down to teammates, Christopher Bell, give it up. He'll hit the old Truex radio call going, hey, we really need that 11 in there. It's going to be a code word like,
about that hamburger.
yeah, it's going to be something like that, yeah. Yeah, hey, trap set, you know, we're letting you know we got that Coke waiting on you in victory lane, that type thing. Oh, I got loose, scrubbed the wall. The 11 got the lead. Oh, I just didn't have it. Watch, I'm telling you guys, man. Telling you guys. Dark horses?
Facts.
Dark horses really aren't that dark this week. How can you with the odds that Vegas gave out, which we're going to talk about coming up here in just a minute. But 22, Joey Logano. The 9 and the 6, so Brad Keselowski. I think those are guys, you look a little bit deeper. I think the 17 is probably going to have a good run, but you want to know the guy that I'm really excited to watch run Martinsville, Carson Hocevar. I think the 42 is the darkest one out of them on all those odds out there. And I think if he gets behind the wheel of that race car this weekend, watch out, man. Using that bumper, man. He ain't worried about it. He's young, baby. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. John Hunter wrecked it last weekend, baby. You might as well give it the all, Hocevar. Go get him, baby. So that's going to wrap it up there for that Martinsville preview, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in, Rubbing and Grubbing. We got some more stuff to break down. Pausing for station identification, Coach's Corner Sports Network. What better place to be, man? It's beautiful weather out here, man. We got this whole thing cleaned up. John Henderson got some stuff, new stuff in store. If y'all ain't seen it or you don't know about it, you better come up here and check it out. Coach's Corner, baby. All right, man. So the money line presented by Redfin Polarized Sunglasses, baby. Whether you got money on the line or a wall hanger, make sure you see it clearly with the best polarized sunglasses on the planet. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at this thing right here, man. Them red fins, baby. We sell it most of the time. Got one right here. We're going to do this, man. Y'all don't know about this yet? You better find out, I'm telling you. Like I just said, best polarized sunglasses on the planet, man. Italian frames. Carl Zeiss lenses, they got something to fit all your needs. Does not matter if you're in the woods, on the water, lake, offshore, inshore. Man, if you're recreational trying to look good for that little girl you trying to pick up and take out in that big truck, baby, you better come get you a set of them red fins, man. I missed it last weekend, but they had a great concert up here with Jason Courtney and Jared Wade. And I tell you what, them boys right there know how to put on a show. They put on a few together every year, and I remember them from years past, man. That was a staple. Them boys know how to rock it. And big shout-out to Jason. I appreciate you, brother, with the Redfin shout-out and everything you do for me over there, man. Appreciate you, brother. But good times there, man. Jared, thank you, brother. Got to meet you in person, shake your hand on that, too. But good stuff, man. Best polarized sunglasses, like I said. Get them while they're hot, baby. Check out that website. I'm telling you now, they're popping out new frames all the time, it looks like. As of recent, I got to get on there and get some here. Christmas season coming up, I got to get another set ordered up as well, man. But like I said, man, whether you on the woods, offshore, on the lake, don't get caught without your red fins, baby. As always, live life fins up. You can check it out, man, on their website. You can use code Rubbin' and Grubbin'. It's going to save you 15% at checkout. So make sure you use that code Rubbin' and Grubbin' 15. Save you a little bit, man. Give us a little shout out. You know, let them know that, hey, yeah, I watch Rubbin' and Grubbin' and I know about Redfin, baby. Hey, love y'all, man. That's some good stuff there. Getting into it, like I said, man, we haven't been the hottest the past couple of weeks on the money line, all right? We haven't. We've been missing a little bit. Me and Lawrence had a lot going on. I've had a lot going on. Communication's been late. At the end of the day, man, we took Christopher Bell this week for a top 3, not a win. And we missed some decent hit. We missed a decent hit there. We still got plus 375 for the top 3, which wasn't bad. But on the year, man, we're up 12,275 units. We're doing pretty good. Like I said, this week, we got some things coming up. The odds, I don't know if anybody else out there has seen the NASCAR odds, but it's one guy and then everybody else. Denny Hamlin gets everybody this weekend. Denny's odds, I think it was 275, right? Opening up, plus 275. Horrible, right? I mean, if you're going to make a big wager, take it. I mean, whatever, but get ready to lose big if he doesn't win. Anybody beyond that, I think the second guy that I looked at, William Byron, let me see here. Larson, Byron, all got odds like plus 750. Both those guys got plus 750. They only grow as we go back. Man, I saw Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, 1,400. Elliott's at like 2,000, 1,800. I mean, come on, man. You can go further back than that and find some good cars. I mean, a track like Martinsville, a Ty Gibbs, plus 4,500. I mean, they keep going, man. So what I'm looking at is we'll probably go ahead and lock Denny in. I mean, you can guarantee that. We're going to lock him in probably both ways. Kind of make, well, I don't know about locking him in for the top 3. It all depends on what we get him at, man. But at the end of the day, going to lock him in for the win. Going to be one of those, HMS boys over there, probably 2. Probably got to take Elliott. Look, I'm an Elliott fan. I didn't put him in the top 5, y'all. But Martinsville, come on. You know he's won there before. I think he might be able to come out and get it done this weekend, too. But we're going to take one of those for sure. Busch, Harvick, somewhere in that tier. Man, when you look back, even those guys have good enough material for top 3. So depending on those top 3 odds, it might be one of those weeks that's like, hey, we're going to take 5 or 6 guys top 3 and hope 2 of them hit and make more than we are with a guy on the win. So we'll see how it goes down, but make sure you follow that social media, man. Lawrence does a great job posting that up. How many races we got this weekend, Lawrence? 2, 3? Truck Series back? 2? Just Xfinity, right? Truck Series finale there in Phoenix next week. Yep. So we got Xfinity and we got Cup this weekend, so you can follow it on Saturday, man. We throw those Xfinity Series bets up there as well. Love to see who you guys are betting on. I do got to give a big shout out and apology to Wiry Crepe out there. I was supposed to get on the show last Sunday. I totally spaced out, got busy at work, missed that call. We got it rebooked, so I apologize to anybody that follows him. He follows us. You can check him out on Twitter if you haven't yet. The guy's got some really good betting advice, by the way. And we'll post that on the edited show. I'll make sure I send it out there, the handle to Lawrence, so for him to get it on. But my apologies, dude. Sorry. I've already hit you up and apologized 5 times, but I am sorry about that. But he's got me scheduled for the Atlanta race Sunday morning, which will be awesome because me and Lawrence will actually be there. We're going to be there at both races next year. And we got some other stuff in the works. I got to reach out to a couple other guys that come up there with their own little podcast, and we're going to try to do a mega cast while we're there. Kind of get together and all throw it down together and see what we can come up with. But going to be a good time. But, again, my apologies on that, brother. But make sure you check it out. Love to see who you guys bet on. Play along with us, man. We're not doing bad on the year. I mean, not doing super great, but we're not doing awful bad either. So, like I said, man, make sure you follow it, shout it out, check it out on social, and we'll get you squared up on that for sure, man. So getting into that hard right turn, but before we do, Lamar's Body Shop, baby. 35 plus years taking care of Savannah's auto collision needs. Doesn't matter what it is. You need an estimate, full paint job, need some parts replaced. Man, make sure you go see Lamar and his team right up there off Skidaway Road. That's 2301 Skidaway. Again, 2301 Skidaway Road. Hop, skip, and a jump from Coaches. Drop the car off, come back down here, man. You can have something to eat at Coach's while you wait. Go back up there, pick the car up. Lamar and his team do it like no other, man. They ain't going to fade the font with you. They're going to cut it straight, lay it to you how it is, and that's what it is. So, hey, man, like I said, I always like to say, don't settle for par. Go see Lamar, baby. Lamar, I love you, brother. Got to catch up soon. Hopefully see you this weekend. Hopefully you're here Friday. Love to see you, man. So, what I was hinting at earlier about Kyle Larson is it's going to come down to when we compare drivers retired and not as being the greatest of all time. When we're talking about who are the greatest of all time, and we talk about this in football a lot, right? And I think Tom Brady was kind of one of the exceptions of any sport that I would go, we could talk about that man while you're still playing and say that's probably the greatest quarterback of all time. That's just me, right? But in NASCAR, we do this all the time. And Gordon got asked this last week after the win at Vegas. He got asked by Larson, which I'm going to take a sip of beer on this because I don't even like mentioning anybody else's name with Jeff Gordon because to me that's the GOAT. But do you think Kyle Larson has more talent than you or is a better race car driver than you? And me and my dad talked about this for a little bit. And, I mean, honestly, let's just talk about it like this. Gordon's retired, 4 championships, 93 Cup Series wins. Jimmy Johnson had 7, but had 10 less wins. I mean, we're just saying that. You know, if we're comparing championships, whatever. When Kyle Larson has 93 damn wins and 4 championships, then we'll go, okay, whatever, right? Now, I can go back and forth with that in a way of it's the same thing as football. I don't compare NASCAR especially. You compare greatest of an air. I think all time is a very base word that we can argue about for hours, and that's why we love it. But I think we should be going, who's the greatest of an air? Who's the best to ever do it in this air? And when two drivers collide in an air, they were the best during that time, right? Or who was? You know, you had, Petty and Senior for a while, and you know Gordon and Senior there. But modern day, to me, Jeff Gordon's the best. 4 championships, 93 wins. That's it. 13, 10, 10, or 10, 13, 10, or however it went. 33 race wins on a 32 race schedule in 3 years. Name somebody else that's won 33 races in 3 years. You know what I mean? We can do all this arguing. But I think it's you're taking away from what we're witnessing with Kyle Larson when you ask Jeff Gordon, is he better than him? One, totally different era in NASCAR, totally different scenarios, totally different things. Nowhere near the accolades Gordon has. Talent behind any wheel? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Gordon drove some dirt. Gordon's slanging his thing around there too. Who knows, right? Equipment's different, technology's different, driving style is different. What you learn from guys like Gordon and Kyle Larson growing up and watching him do it, that's how Kyle Larson becomes better, right? And that's what we see, an evolution of the game, evolution of driving. So I just hate it when we do it. I think that every driver should be retired before we have a conversation of the greats. Okay, do I think Kyle Larson is as good as Kyle Busch? I think Kyle Larson probably got more natural driving talent, but he doesn't have the NASCAR accolades. Nowhere near it. So I think you got to rank Kyle Busch above Kyle Larson until maybe Kyle Larson wins three championships. And then we go, okay, are we talking all-time and everything, or are we talking all-time and cup? These are the conversations that the barn door is left wide open for. So to me, it should be best driver of an era, best drivers, comparison here and there. The way I look at it is, this is the thing that I noticed the difference between Gordon and Larson, and Larson and a lot of the other greats. Larson will go out and dominate a race, have the fastest car of the race, restart game the way that it is now, plays a hand, but will blow it, just like we saw this past weekend in Miami. Fastest car, you're running second, man. We still got time to go. If you would have gained half that time, your pit crew would have got you even more. It would have got you another 2 to 3 tenths. We know what Blaney's pit crew has done all year long. It would have got you another 2 to 3 tenths off pit road. You had a good enough car to come back and track him down. And then especially in hindsight, Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. hitting the wall. I mean, man, it would have all played right back into your hand, right? So the one difference is Jeff Gordon knew how to finish races. Jeff Gordon, if he led 9 times out of 10, he won that race. If he got out there and dominant, he won that race. Sometimes when he didn't have the best, he won that race. Sometimes when he had the best, he understood, I can't get back, I'm going to finish third. That's what made him so good. That's what made him great, okay? Larson has got to figure out how to minimize the mistakes, because if we're talking wins on the season with Kyle Larson, we're talking 7 or 8 right now if he would have went out and won every race that you feel like he should have. I mean, we saw it at Darlington, him and Chastain. We saw it earlier in the year at other places, him wrecking, tires blowing, making the bad time, a bad decision at the wrong time. That's what we get down to. I think Gordon was better at it right now, and Larson's still very young, so you got to remember that. He's just now getting into the prime years. I mean, we're in the prime years, So I just hate the comparison. Gordon, to me, is the GOAT. I don't care who you talk to. I don't give a damn. I'll argue with you till we're blue in the face, and we can name all kinds of crazy stuff, right? Modern day, not racing 4 times a week, Jeff Gordon's the best one to ever do it. So that's just me. Love to hear your opinion on it. Does Kyle Larson have more talent than Jeff Gordon? I would love to hear it. I would love to have it. Name some drivers out there you think got more talent than Larson, or other drivers that you think Larson's more talented of. Write a comment in the box, y'all. So that's going to do it for the rubbing. We are on to the grubbing, and there is nothing ever more fitting. We do this every time we go to Martinsville, and there is nothing more fitting than the Martinsville dogs, baby. I mean, this is just how it goes down. We got those chili dogs. I got the slaw on the side just because I like to dabber in there. We don't know if everybody does, but I tell you what, man, these Franks right here, if you have not come up and had the hot dogs here at Coach's, awesome hot dog. Throw the chili, throw the onions, healthy helping of both. I'm going to throw some mustard on there. I'm getting ready to get down with the get down, baby. I cannot wait for this. So as I say it all the time, man, if you guys have not come out yet and experienced Coach's Corner's food menu, you got to. They do it 1,000 different ways for you if you want to make some changes of your own. If it's feasible, they'll do it, man. The kitchen staff here Everybody here is awesome, all the way from the waiters to your kitchen staff, all the way down to the ownership. One of the best places in Savannah to come grab a meal. Doesn't matter if it's with your buds, with the fam, whatever it may be, come check it out, man. Coach's Corner, baby. Victory Drive. But Saturday, baby. How about them dogs, baby? That's what I'm talking about. Saturday. What better place? You see this thing right here, man? What better place than to come out and watch them dogs just straight up tear them Gators' ass up, boy, because that's what's coming down Saturday. Anybody out there hating, talk about Carson Beck, y'all ain't got Bowers. Oh, we got graham cracker Mertz. Boy, let me tell you, we about to put a s'more and we about to put a marshmallow and a damn piece of chocolate on old graham cracker Mertz. Boy, we're going to gobble him up just like we do by the campfire, man. I'm telling you right now, them dogs is hell. We coming. Y'all think it's all about Bowers? Nah, baby, we coming for it. What better place right here at Coach's Corner, whether you pulling for them ugly-ass Gators or you pulling for them bad-ass dogs, either way, be here at Coach's Corner, man. Gonna have it going on the big screen. Games at 3:30. Show up early. Pre-game a little bit. Talk your mess, man. Have a good time. That's what it's all about. But, hey, I'm going to drop my score right here, baby. I'm going to drop my score right now. We're going to go 41-20 dogs. 41-20 dogs. I'm saying McConkey goes off on them. We're going to get up. We'll go 2 scores. We're going to be up at least two scores at halftime. Then when we come out at halftime, third quarter, we're going to lay it on them, get up another one, run game after that, clock's over. We'll see y'all next year, man. Oh, come on. Sunbelt Billy can't hold a candlestick to Kirby, baby. Come on, y'all. Anyways, got to give a big shout out to Carl DeMasi. I need to talk to Coach. Hopefully I can get on the show this Saturday. I need to Coach, I'm going to write you, man. Hopefully I can get on the show Saturday. I need to talk some more mess about that Florida game, man. And Caden Quick, oh, you know, son. You know what time it is. I ain't talked my mess to you yet this week, but I'm coming for you, brother. I promise you. I got some means for you. You're going to make our yearly bet. I love you, dude. But, hey, shout out to Carl DeMasi, man. I tell you what, Coach Carl Sports Report, Prep Sports Report, right here every Saturday morning live in the Sound Garden. Coach been getting down with the get down lately, man. I've tuned in a little bit. I've watched it afterwards. Haven't been able to tune in live, but he's been getting down long ago. Hour and 45 minutes, hour and 43 minutes last weekend. I'm loving it, man. Coach Carl will keep you up to date, everything prep sports wise in the local region. Not only that, talking baseball, talking football. Coach does it all, man. Love him to death. Got to make sure you tune into that. You can also find that and subscribe on YouTube if you can't catch it live. Subscribe, man. He does a good job posting that up every weekend as well. Awesome show there. Who's on First Base? Tuesdays. Download it where you get your podcast. Should be coming down. World Series coming up. Four more episodes, man, coming up. And I hate it for my Braves. It happens, right? It happened. I don't know about the bye week. I think we should just fall right into it. I don't know about all that, man. Anyway, at the end of the day, they should have showed up and beat the Phillies, man. Pitching cost us that shit. But at the end of the day, got cold, man. Whatever. I ain't going to dwell on it. Spilt milk. Next year, baby. Next year. So, but at the end of the day, got them lined up. Got, we got Texas and Arizona, right? Chew. Should be a good matchup. Oh, yeah, no Philly. No. I guess when Bryce Harper was looking at all them Braves players, he was really looking for that ring. He ain't found one of them. Not over at Philly, baby. So, anyways, at the end of the day, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Glad to be back. Sorry I missed a couple weeks. I got to give myself hell. Look, man, you know how I always like to do this. I always like to talk about things going on in this world. Man, we're in a bad place right now, man. Overseas, over in the Middle East, over anywhere, man. I tell you what, the world's conflicted. I really wish we could all be kids again, man, because I tell you what, 9 times out of 10 when you were a kid, you just played and had a good time, man. I got friends. We all grew up from different religions, different ethnicities, different backgrounds, everything, man. We're talking from, Puerto Rican friends to, African-American friends to Arabic friends, to Polish friends, to whoever, man. We all grew up and played together, Christians and Muslims, and, man, I mean, I get it, but I don't. I just don't get it, man. We got to take care of each other. We got to look out for each other, man. It's instilled, and we got to find a way to make world peace and come together, man. But it starts right here with your next door neighbor. It starts in your own community. It starts at home. It starts teaching lessons. It starts at your church. It starts everywhere, man. So we just got to have some more love in the world. I hate it right now. Hopefully things get better before they get a lot worse. But at the end of the day, we also got to take care of home, number one. We got to stay at home, man. Let's get us right before we can get anybody else right, man. So, hey, love everybody. Like I said, tomorrow's not giving. Make sure you hug and kiss your loved ones out there. Give them a kiss. Love everybody in my family. We're going to be up here Friday night giving it hell, baby. As always, stay safe. No bottle no more. We ain't washing hands, baby. We're going to come up with a new one next week. We're going to come up with a new one. No more washing your hands, baby. But, hey, I tell you what. Like I said, Friday, Saturday, Coach's Corner. Larson in charge, baby. I'll be here. Atlanta man will be here. I'm telling you, ready for it. Go Dogs, baby. Night, y'all.